Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Roundtable. My name is Ben Hedges, and Holly Kellum is in the studio with us today. And you've got a bit of an interesting story for us, right?
Yes, so there is a real-life Succession story. Now, for those of you that don't know, Succession is a HBO show that is loosely based off of the Murdoch family, which owns Fox News and the New York Post and the Wall Street Journal. And it's the whole drama around the family and who is going to inherit the business when, I believe, 96-year-old Rupert Murdoch passes away. And this case has been actually in the works for several years now. I believe what's happening is there is a push by Rupert Murdoch to change the
trust.
The
right?
trust. It's an irrevocable trust, and it's supposed to give his 4 oldest children equal shares in the family fortune. Now he has 6 children, and his 2 youngest ones, they would inherit. In theory, they have, they are inheriting some of the fortune, but they don't have voting shares in his companies.
Okay.
So it's the 4 oldest, and 3 of them. Rupert Murdoch feels that they are more liberal, and that if they have control of Fox News, for example, they will move.
They'll ruin it.
Yes, they will make
move
it
it
not Fox News. Yes, they will move it to the left. So he wants his second oldest son, Lachlan Murdoch, to basically inherit the running of his companies. Now, the other 3 siblings that would have had voting power and, still do according to this arrangement, they are fighting back. They have kind of ganged up on their brother Lachlan, and they, don't want to be written out of the family business, basically.
An irrevocable trust, though?
Well, okay, there is one clause, given the
name,
you gotta wonder. So there is one clause that if it is seen as benefiting all of the children, then Rupert could make a change.
Benefiting all of the children.
So here's the argument that he's making. If Fox were to become more liberal, it would cease to be profitable.
Right.
And all of the children would, see their fortunes diminished.
So these children are still going to have shares, they just won't have voting rights. Is that what he wants to do?
Okay, so this is something the reporting on this is pretty scant. So the New York Times was able to get some of the court papers. But the other thing is, interesting side note, so there's a bunch of media companies, the New York Times, the Associated Press, National Public Radio, Washington Post, Reuters, and CNN. They have filed a motion to unseal what were previously still are secret documents. So this is going through a Nevada court. And the reason that a lot of these family trust issues are, taken to court there is because of the privacy laws. I believe the trust was filed in Nevada. So obviously, Rupert doesn't want this out in the open. He's trying to keep this under wraps, as, I'm sure a lot of families would want to do when, they're dealing with these thorny family issues. But, these media companies are trying to get everything unsealed, saying it's in the public interest, Fox and Wall Street Journal and New York Post and all these companies, not to mention, Rupert's overseas companies that, he has in a lot of...
Like his UK ones and his Australian
UK
ones.
and Australian ones. So they say this is in the public interest. But yeah, so going back to the rivalry. So it's Lachlan is the one that he wants to have inherit it. And then we have James, who actually used to be involved in running Fox, and he left in 2019. Yep. And then we have Elizabeth, who I haven't seen much reporting on her involvement. And then we have the oldest, Prudence. Prudence is from his first marriage.
Prudence.
And she's kind of seen as the peacemaker. But
sounds like it's from a Jane Austen novel or something.
I know, yes. Well, this is like real life Succession here. So if you haven't seen the HBO series, this is kind of like that series come to life.
Okay.
So it's pretty interesting to watch this play out. I think it would be a big lift for Rupert to actually be able to, change the terms of the trust, because I think it is kind of a tough argument to make that by writing out, 3 of his 4 children who are supposed to have shares in his companies, that will actually benefit them.
No, because the reality would probably be that, if the network changes its political bias, more people from the middle will probably start to watch it, and the demographics of the viewers might just change.
It might.
Over time, of course, slowly.
But I think we've seen again and again that there isn't a big middle in this country. The people are generally attracted to the extremes, and that's why
true.
I think you see a lot of, more middle of the road media just not doing so well. I think people like things that reinforce their worldview, and if Fox were to not become Fox, well, I think there's a lot of competitors that would spring up and would replace, the hole that they left. And so I don't know. I'm not optimistic. If Fox were to change its stripes, so to speak, I don't think that a lot of people would.
That would have worked better if it was called Leopard and it was Spots. Or Tiger.
Yes, that metaphor.
What do you guys think? Do you think Fox would do well changing its political bias to be more centrist or a little bit more left-wing? I'd love to hear what you think. Or would the whole company go bankrupt, right? I don't know. Maybe it would. Leave your comments below. And don't forget, subscribe to Holly's channel and also this channel, The Round Table. And we'll see you in the next video.
Bye.